Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Super Sauce here, and I'm coming at you with my 5th video movie review. This week's review is for American Gangster, and that stars Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, and at the helm, heavyweight director Ridley Scott. Now, American Gangster is rated R for adult content, including graphical violence, foul language, and nudity. So it's definitely not a movie that you want to take the little ones to see. Now, if you're like me, when you first saw the trailer for American Gangster, you probably wanted to see the movie right away. I mean, come on, we're talking about a movie with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe, two of the most talented actors of our generation, facing off in an epic battle of man versus man. I mean, what more could you ask for with such top-shelf talent involved? So, does American Gangster live up to all the hype? Well, yes, I think it does, but maybe not in the way that audiences might expect, especially watching the trailer. The story centers around 1970s real-life heroin kingpin Frank Lucas, played by Denzel Washington. Now, Frank Lucas is quite the tenacious and ruthless businessman. He's the kind of man that won't even think twice about putting a bullet in your head if you cross him. But this is a minor moral issue to argue about, because Frank Lucas is a man of order and decency. You see, he kills his victims with a smile, in a perfectly tailored suit, and still manages to rejoin his family for breakfast, because family is what is most important. On the flip side, we have Special Narcotics Detective Richard Reeves, played by Russell Crowe. And this is about the only thing that Richard Reeves does really well with his life, and that is stay an honest cop, even when he's faced with immense pressure to do otherwise. And this somehow makes up for the fact that he's a horrible father and an even more horrible husband. And this is one of the strong points of American Gangster, the contrasting character between these two men. So I want to be perfectly honest. American Gangster is really a strong drama, and it's not really an action movie, although there's some action involved. It's a movie with a story to tell, and let me tell you, it's a long story at that. At over 2.5 hours long, you better grab a large tub of popcorn. I can say this though, if you can hang on, American Gangster is completely worth it, as it's completely thrilling to see how the paths of these two men of such contrast collide. Now at the beginning, it's a bit slow as the characters and the plot are being developed, but as the movie moves along toward the conclusion, it gets a lot more engaging and riveting. Director Ridley Scott covers a lot of ground here, and by the end of the film, it's the kind of story that you almost can't believe actually happened in the first place. American Gangster is by no means an original film. A lot of these same themes have been explored by films in the past, but what really makes it stand out is that it's a very well-made film. So I can't imagine come nomination time that this film is going to be passed up for anything. The cinematography on this film is absolutely wonderful. There's a murky haze that lends itself to the moral ambiguity of the story, and 1970s Harlem is beautifully recreated right down to the last detail, and every area of craft in this film is of the highest quality imaginable. Very well done all across the board, from the screenplay, directing, writing, costume design, cinematography, set design. Everything across the board is really well done in this movie. Of course, Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe are absolutely fantastic as the leads in this movie. And that's a little bit unfortunate because, you see, American Gangster really doesn't have that iconic moment. It really doesn't have that moment that really sticks in your mind as you leave the theater. It's kind of forgettable. I mean, apart from the riveting story and a couple lines of dialogue, that's about the only mark that it really leaves in your mind. And that's not to say that I don't recommend it. I do recommend it because it's a very well-made movie. I just don't want you to be disappointed and to see the trailer and then to go into the film thinking that it's going to be this amazing shoot-'em-up, super suspenseful man versus man movie between Denzel Washington's character and Russell Crowe's character. It's really not that. Instead, it's a really gritty and thoughtful drama about the past of these two men colliding. Now, why it's not my personal favorite of the year, it's definitely one of the best films so far this year because it is so well made, and I highly recommend it for that fact alone, and because the story is really amazing and almost unbelievable. So, this has been my review. I hope you go see the movie and you come back and you tell me what you thought, whether you agree or you disagree with me. That's up to you. I want to hear your opinions. Please rate my review, and if you like what I do, please also subscribe. I will see you next time. Super Sauce out.